Suppose a line passes through the points x1, y1, and x2, y2. The rise, or the change in the y values, is given by y2 minus y1. That's the difference, how far vertical they are between the 2 points. And the run, or the change in x, is x2 minus x1. The slope is given by rise over run, so it's the change in the y values divided by the change in the x values, or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So suppose you want to find the slope for each of these lines. For the first one, you can see that the slope is, the rise part is, it goes up 5 and it's gone to the right 6. So rise over run would be 5 over 6. For part B, this going, when you're looking at this, you see the rise is -3. That means it's going downwards by 3 units. And the run part is to the right by 2. So for part B, the slope would be going down 3 to the right 2. So the slope would be -3 over 2. So let's use these 2 points you see here. One is at -4, 1, and the other is at 0, -2. And let's find the slope of the line. So the slope would be, I take the 2 y values, which is -2 and +1, and subtract them. And the x values are 0 and -4. So this would be 0 minus a -4. It doesn't really matter which one you use first. Well, if you use a -4 first or the 0 first, just as long as you're consistent with the y values. So in this case, this would be -3 over 4. So as far as the interpretation, what this is telling you is that the -3 means go down 3. So the rise part means down 3. And then the 4 is the denominator that tells you right 4. So if I take a point, say I take that left point there, I go down 1, 2, 3 places, and then to the right 1, 2, 3, 4 places, I'm at the second point. So you can treat this rise over run as basically directions to the next point. So notice that the slope allows you to compare the steepness of lines. For instance, the 3 lines you see here have, shown below, line 3 has the greatest slope, and it is the steepest. So that slope for line 3 is 4 over 1. For line 2, it's 1 over 1. For line 1, it's 1/3 over 1. Line 1 has the least slope, and it's less steep than the other 2 lines. Okay, let's try these 2 lines. So one goes from -1,5 to 6,5. So for part A, the slope would be, subtract the 2 y values, so the 5 and the 5, and then subtract the 2 x values. So 6 minus a -1. This will come out to be 0 over 7, which is, well, 0. So in this case, the slope is 0. There's no going up or down. It does go left or right, but there's no up or down. For part B, subtract the y values, 6 and 2, and divide by the x value, so 4 minus 4, we end up with 4 over 0. This is undefined. So in this case, there's no left or right. Your line is just basically going up or down. And because of that, we end up, our slope is going to be dividing by 0. All right, so anyway, a line that rises from left to right has a positive slope. So as you're going upwards from left to right, that's a positive slope, and the slope will be positive. If you're going downwards left to right, that'd be a negative slope. A horizontal line would be one that has 0 slope, so there's no up or down, it's just left to right. A vertical line has undefined slope, or you could think of it as infinite slope. And one last question here. Sketch a line passing through the point -3, -4, and having slope 2/3. So let's interpret that 2/3. The 2 part is in the numerator. That's the rise part. And that's telling me up 2. The 3 is in the run part, and that's telling me to the right 3. So I'll start with the point. My order pair was -3, -4. So -3 on the x-axis. And I go down 1, 2, 3 to -4. -3, -4 is right here, plotted. And then what I do is I go up 2. So up 1, up 2, and then to the right 1, 2, 3. And that will be my next point. And I can repeat it, up 2, and then to the right 1, 2, 3. That would be my next point. Up 2, to the right 3. That would be the next one. And you can see that as I connect the dots, I can draw a line through them.